Ugh, welcome to Reviewed in 60 Seconds.
And today we'll be reviewing A Cure for Wellness.
Yay!
In 3, 2, 1.
A Cure for Wellness is a horror film, at least it wants to be a horror film. To describe it more accurately, what it really is if Wes Anderson and Stanley Kubrick had a kid and dropped it on its head while it was still a baby. Then that baby was raised watching American Horror Story and suddenly thought, right, that's it, I've got an excellent idea for a movie. Starring Dane DeHaan, who only ever seems to get cast as somebody who whispers angrily a lot, the film centres around Lockhart, a stressed-to-fuck Wall Street wanker who gets asked by his bosses to retrieve a member of the board who's been staying in a luxurious spa in the Swiss Alps. But when he arrives at the spa, what he quickly finds out is that
Nobody ever leaves this place.
Starting off with a solid message about modern lifestyles and the human condition, this film very quickly descends into madness and not in a good way. While the overall look of the film was really aesthetically pleasing, it's blatantly obvious that every scene was filmed with the intention of it being iconic, and because of that, none of them are. Performances aren't terrible, in fact Jason Isaacs does a really good impression of Michael Fassbender as Magneto, and there is a genuine sense of desperation while Lockhart's stuck in this idyllic setting with a sinister secret. But then there's all that stuff with eels that doesn't get explained until briefly at the end, there's a really unnecessary wanking scene, and while the first two acts are pretty much bearable, the third act transforms it from a Shutter Island clone to the fucking Phantom of the Opera. It's mental. Don't see it in the cinema, maybe give it a go if you're bored and it's on Netflix. This film gets one piece of jellied eel out of a tub of jellied eel with like 9 pieces in it. And the piece that represents this film is like super chewed up and smushed and nasty and shit.